Does that mean we're live right now?
Not. We're live now.
We're live
And
now. And now, too. Put on your headphones, Lance. Oh, geez. We've been out of the loop here. We're glad to be back, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I know what you're saying.
So, what is episode? It's episode 23.
23.
So
at this rate, we'll have like 10 more episodes in 10 years.
See, the joke's on them. We got to get the audio right by episode 35, and that's going to happen in like 2087. So, no, we've been crazy busy. We've had a lot of other stuff going on. I don't know if you've heard about this old Rona situation that's been happening.
It's nuts. It grabbed me by the Rona nuts.
Bro, how are we gonna top this? We bring out the Rona nuts in the first 48 seconds, and now
I even got the vaccine, and it still snagged me.
Yeah, so Curtis is with us still. I think you and I went like a solid month without even seeing each other.
Yeah, it's like two ships crossing in the night.
It was glorious. Yeah.
At least you got time off, man.
Yeah, well, I did. We'll just say I got some time. I had some time off. But yeah, we're glad to sit here and chat with you on this episode of the Shop Talk podcast. Oh, I almost went straight into Spanish. I've been speaking Spanish all day. What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of open it up to questions. Just to kind of give you an idea, we have talked at length about Euro nymphing and all that kind of stuff. We're glad to talk about it more, but
we got other fish to fry today.
We have some bullet points.
And hey, shout out to Instagrammers.
Yeah.
Hop on over to the YouTube. That way you get some real interactive communication back and forth.
Yeah, so.
And yeah, I have a howler hat on.
You do have a howler hat on. Solid. Do you know, no, we're not going to talk about hats right now.
There's a shirt too.
Oh, yeah? I did a power play. I got this new Sims Cold Stone shirt, and I bought every color. So basically, that cancels out Curtis's ability to wear this shirt.
I don't know. We may be going back to the twin setup.
Gosh, dang it.
That's never stopped them before.
No, it's not.
Lance and I twinned up one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
What shirt was that?
What?
I don't know. Do we have one that's the same?
We do. Well, I have the Rep Your Water ones like those.
So maybe it was that, or was it
No. It was a howler. That's the super soft howler flannel shirts. Oh, man.
Super soft.
That was like super soft.
Oh, my gosh.
So good.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. So.
It's clearly been too long.
Yeah, we're sorry, guys. I mean,
they just kind of sneak up on us.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have been in the shop lately, but, man, it is cracking downstairs.
Which reminds me, we have a shop, everybody. It's a legit fly shop. We're upstairs in the studio area, which is our warehouse. Downstairs, we are full-fledged 100% fly shop.
They say they can't hear Curtis and Lance, but
okay, well,
maybe it's because I'm yelling into my microphone.
I'm not swallowing as much as you are.
Turn up.
I'm going to turn Lance up.
Turn Lance up.
Here. He's number 4.
I guess all the hip kids say, I want to get turnt. I want to get turnt up.
I think it's lit, the term.
Right. Lit?
Lance needs to get lit.
No, dude, it's the same. You can say turnt as well. And you know what? This is why we just fill this with like mindless gibberish so that we get a little time to dial in the audio. So
plus, we have had probably more comments in the last 3 months from people coming in the shop. When's the next podcast?
Oh, yeah.
People traveling from afar like to listen to all the fun stuff we have to talk about.
Speaking of traveling from afar as well, we put a map up in the shop where people who come in from out of town can go and put a pin in the map, and it's actually getting pretty littered already with just people from everywhere. So
there's one from China on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
China, Taiwan. There's one from Slovakia.
That is one of the coolest things. We have a lot of people that stop off that have heard about the shop and want to see if it really is as cool as they say. It is. It's as cool as they say.
They walk in the door and their eyes say, holy
and then
beep.
Then it's
Type of mushroom.
it's pretty cool. Shiitake mushrooms. There's some good ones there. I'll tell you what.
I love it when we start going down the rabbit hole, and then I look over at Lance, and he's just looking at us like, oh,
What are we talking
I
about?
work with a bunch of idiots.
Our goal, though, is to entertain people as they're driving.
Yeah.
Or whatever they're doing when they listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so if you're driving, honk the horn twice. We'll hear you. And also mash that thumbs up right now.
Yep. And
This
subscribe.
is all. Yeah, that was just going to say it. Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, that really helps.
Maybe at the next red light. Don't do it on the freeway.
Oh, Safety Sam over here.
Well, if you're listening to it through iTunes or Spotify or what are the other ones? Those are the two biggest ones.
Yeah. Hey, Siri, mash that like, bruh. Maybe their Siri is going to hear my voice say it through their phone.
Lance's did.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Apparently
Oh.
the voices are very similar.
Oh,
Brig,
yeah.
how do we change the lights again? The color.
Color of the lights? Because they're red.
What color you want?
I don't know. Let's do.
Blue.
Purple.
I knew Cheech would say purple.
Purple.
Well, I mean, if we're doing
Alexa,
it for
change
this week,
Yeah.
from this
studio
week, they
light
have to go
strip
from red
to
blue.
purple.
They have to go to blue.
I have to say, this has been one of the most legendary sports weeks ever. Like the last 10 to 14
Alexa,
days.
change the studio light strip to purple.
That's Brigham, people.
Ayo.
Oh,
boy.
snap.
Look at that.
That's more of like a cerise than purple. They say they can't hear Lance still.
Nothing from me, huh? I'm plugged in and I can hear myself.
I cranked Lance to the maximum level.
Clear? Can you
Dude,
guys-
Mario
Oh,
said
that's
let
jumbled
me choose
now.
on Instagram
How
Live.
about now?
What's that?
Mario said let Brig choose the color of the light strip.
My wife says Brigham should choose. There's a reason why she's not here. So, sorry, Maria.
Can anybody hear me yet?
Give us some thumbs up if you can hear Lance. Name that movie. All right. So,
You guys go on. Carry on.
yeah, just talk loud enough so it picks up through mine.
Everyone,
Someone says they can hear Brig better than they can hear Lance. I don't know what's going on there. But,
Instagram Live. I'm holding the phone. That
Oh.
way you can hear my voice way louder than
Okay.
you can hear them.
they still
They're
can't
on
hear Lance at
YouTube
all.
Live.
Nothing here.
That makes no
Hey,
sense.
Brig, change
Is the right thing?
change out his red box for the other one that we have. I think we had an issue with that last time.
Okay. Do you want to let Instagram Live know we're
Well,
going?
We can just tell, Instagram Live, go to YouTube right now. If not, you will not hear the rest of the podcast. Go over there, thumbs up. All right. Okay, like I said, we haven't.
I can hear you fine.
No, I've been able to hear myself
Yeah.
just fine.
Well, we'll continue to work through this, but let's just kind of.
Problem is we were busy till right at the end, and yeah, it's been 5 months since our last podcast, so makes it difficult.
Yeah.
I need to plan better or sleep less.
There's something with that cord, I think. Remember we had an issue with the cord? Grab him a different cord and just run it straight from the red thing over to there without fishing it through the table.
How about now?
Oh,
Same to me.
let's see. All right.
Anyone?
Someone says, I like not hearing Lance. He's abrasive and rude. That's Kelly Barnes, and this is the time where you can...
Barnes is about the only person on planet Earth that I'm abrasive and rude to. That's because you get what's coming to you.
Oh, snap.
Kelly Blue Book Barnes. Can anybody hear me yet?
Yeah. I think Lance is a little blown out now. I can
From our standpoint.
yeah.
I sound blown out here for sure.
They say nope, they still can't hear him. Try a different cord. Maybe the different microphone, Brig. The whole...
Plugged in for the correct.
Well, it's the problem. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You would think we'd figure this out. I just don't know.
We
It
can
looks like
cover a few things while you're still listening, and we try to figure this out. But first of all, first things first, we are doing a giveaway for an Orvis Recon 10-foot 3-weight. If you go on our website and search for the word giveaway, it will pull up. So there's a website, there's a page dedicated to that. You can go in, you can enter to do the giveaway. What's going on, Brig?
You're in the right ear, he's in the left.
Whoa. That's really crazy. And Lance? No. Can't even hear Lance, huh?
Oh my gosh.
This is insane.
Brigham looks like a crazy person right now.
Oh, man.
We still have 24 shows.
The technology's
Hold on.
Yeah.
So you're in the right ear, he's in the left ear. Like, Lance, I can't hear Lance at all.
All right. We're going to do a hard reset on the audio.
Hard reset.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. This'll all sound good for our Spotify listeners.
That's why. So that's a setting within.
I think it's a settings thing. It's not a.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 100% a setting.
Yeah. Because you can do that within like Adobe Premiere.
Did you stop the video on YouTube? Stop streaming?
No.
So we're still streaming.
We're streaming.
And they can hear us while
Yep.
we're doing this.
Sorry, guys.
I'll entertain. What kind of jokes do you guys want to hear? There's Lance Egan right there, the back of him.
Okay, I'm shutting this off. Okay. Okay, we are back. Brig, just let me know.
We're good?
Well,
Who knows? We'll find out after the delay. Yeah?
So far,
Test.
Working
Test.
now?
sounds good. Like you're in both ears now.
so, but Lance is
Should be.
Talk.
Should be okay.
Lance, you just
Oh,
need to
boy.
you just need to blah blah blue blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
okay. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Briggs says I'm on now.
Okay.
Well,
People can actually hear me.
when we're done, Brig, we're going to create a laminated chart of how I set this one up. Well, actually, no, because it still won't record. Anywho's.
Well,
Somebody said, if you're going to Euro nymph, why not just go all in on spin casting? Change my mind. Well,
ooh, hot take.
kissing your sister is still kissing a girl. Change my mind. Just saying. I mean, it's a dumb argument, but I guess it could be made. Anyway.
You can do indicator nymphing with a spinning rod too. I don't know why you're limited to Euro.
Yeah.
You can do lots of things with spinning and bait casting tackle that you can do with fly rods.
I just call it fishing. I don't know
Just
about
fishing.
you guys, but I
We-
just
You're,
call it
you're
fishing.
preaching to the choir here because all three of us own spinning and casting rods and
Yeah.
ice fishing rods.
That was a secret.
That's not a secret.
Dude, I totally ruined my shoulder one time because I was doing too much bait casting and had to stop fishing for like 3.5 months.
There you go.
It's
So
only fishing.
It's only fishing.
Do it however you want.
But I do have to say, I have multiple fancy creams and lotions and pro staff affiliations. However, any company out there that makes those zero gravity chairs, I've spent a lot of time in those lately in my backyard just chilling. And so I need a pro staff affiliation with one of those zero
With
gravity chairs.
zero gravity chairs.
Just it's a Googleable thing. So I would just recommend Google that sucker up, buy one. I actually had to search Zero gravity chairs for large people.
XL. Zero gravity chair.
Because I'm not about to get folded up like a Swiss Army knife when I sit in a chair.
To tell the
Oh,
truth, did you
man.
just do for large people or extra large people?
No, usually large people will get you. I mean, there are a lot of big fat fatties out
A
there.
lot of large people.
Yeah, yeah. So
It is America.
I mean,
Oh,
when
boy.
I do hats, I have to say XXL. You know,
Yeah.
but large hats just doesn't cut it for that search. But
Nope.
so yeah, we have a recon giveaway. Search up the word giveaway on our website, and it will pull up the page. It will give you instructions what you need to do. That's all we're going to say there. It finalizes on Friday the 17th.
So 2 days from now,
Yeah, and
get her done.
that system has like a fraud alert thing. It chooses the winner by itself. And
Yeah,
all
we
that. It's
actually
way
pay
cool.
for a legit system to do that.
Yeah, so
So.
there.
You know, we want to serve you guys.
Yeah. And then yesterday, we launched a flash hackle. If you don't know what that is, we have some videos on that, but we go and hand select a whole bunch of dry fly hackle from Whiting Farms. And the fact of the matter is we get really good choice on hackle because we buy a ton of it. That's the secret.
Yep. And you buy it often, and we got to sell them.
Yeah.
So if you need some hackle, and there, as of this time, September 15th. Oh, it's my brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, Curtis's
I have
brother.
to text him.
Which brother?
Courtney.
Courtney?
Yep.
I have a brother named Courtney too. It's not his birthday.
No.
Yeah,
I don't.
cool. What's up with our parents giving boys girls names?
Now, Courtney can go for boys or girls.
That is true.
You ever met a girl named Lance?
Nope.
Neither have I.
And I have a brother named Lance.
You do?
Yeah.
So your
So-
parents thought of some cool names.
They did.
Sketchy.
They really did.
And your son's son is going to be named.
Clark.
It's totally not because of me, but I'm calling him Baby Cheech.
Oh, baby Cheech.
Yeah.
Due any day.
Anyway, so lots been going on in the shop. We've been just crazy busy. We've hired a few more people. I usually have to write them up daily.
It's a
Not-
full-time
not
job to keep
serious.
those guys in line.
Yeah, so like by the time 6 o'clock rolls around, we have to run upstairs, hurry and get everything together, push play. I don't know. Brigham probably took 45 minutes cleaning up the huge fly tying mess he made on this table.
Briggs
Yep.
making messes.
It was
Yep.
definitely
Doesn't
a
clean
Brigham
them
mess.
up.
You know how you can tell it's a Brigham mess? Is there one or more hair stackers, whip finishers, scissors?
Well, Brig was saying that Cheech
wasn't-
grabs a
it
new,
wasn't
brand new
Brig,
hair
by the way.
stacker every tying session.
There were 4 hair stackers on the table. Cheech,
Brand
there
new.
were 4 hair
No.
stackers. He can't. It's
Oh,
like he can't
yeah,
find
there
one
are.
in his mess, so he just goes down and opens another one.
No, one of them's a junk one. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
Another
I'm
one is
sure.
from my personal selection from home, and another one is the one that's usually here at the shop that Brigham had to have been hiding from me, so I couldn't find it.
What about this one?
How about
Huh?
that? There's a 4th one.
Oh yeah,
This one's a
I
nice
wanted
one,
to
though.
see the brass one too.
This could hurt somebody.
Yeah, it totally could.
But it's
That's
a
a
good
nice one.
Dr. Schlick.
Why is it up there on your forced talon?
We need swag up there.
Swag. Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Brig, you out? You're leaving us? I hope nothing fails. Now that we got it figured out.
Freaking Brig. All right. Well,
Okay, Brig. Well, you deserve a raise for nothing, if for no other reason than for that fan right there. It feels really good.
We even turned the regular lights out today.
yeah, absolutely.
Less buzz in the background.
Well, what are we going to talk about? The bullet points that we have. We talked about the recon, the flash hackle, fishing without Cheech. These guys had a few months of pure bliss and is still going
Yeah,
on.
we could go anywhere, do anything. We took a lot of trips. Did a
Yeah.
lot of dry fly fishing.
It's
Lots of
massive.
dry fly fishing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And guess what I did? I stayed here and ran the shop. Paul and I just diligent.
Yep, just checked
Yeah.
people out right and left.
Yeah. I had a slap
Sometimes
tear on
ran
my
the
label.
register.
What's that? Yeah. You guys
Zing.
suckers come back and I've sold a little bit of everything.
Oh,
Fishing sans Cheech.
Yeah, so but I think I'm almost back. I'm the shoulder's way ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Seems like I tell that story 4 times a day.
Yeah, we've heard it
downstairs.
a few times.
How's the shoulder? So
We know at least what to tell people.
I'm
To hit you in the shoulder.
Yeah.
We say just go up to Cheech and punch him right in the shoulder.
Even in the morning when he's not here, how's Cheech doing? I can verbatim tell you how he's doing. Hang on.
Yeah. What they did is but I think I'm going to be able to get back in the saddle. I was originally going to be out like 6 months, but
So maybe we'll hit Strawberry at some point.
yeah, strawberry sounds good. Anyway,
Which reminds me, what do you guys think about us starting a what series are we going to call this? We're getting a camper set up so we can fish and camp with ease. Well, mostly to pull the boats.
I think we should call it Camping with Lance, not because of him, but because the camper top that we're getting is a Lance brand.
Yeah. So it's going to be technically Overlander fly fishing.
Overlander fly fishing. All right. Let's see some questions here. We have a few other points that are maybe we'll dive into. Who is the one that has all the hackle pliers? I don't know. Maybe they're talking about hair stackers?
I have hackle pliers.
Everybody has lots of hackle pliers.
Yeah.
I don't know what they mean there.
The CNF one's the ones I use. So
That's what happens. You get lots of hackle pliers because you get the cheap ones
You
when
want
you
it,
start.
and then
you
you-
get a little better one, and a little
You
better one, a little better one. And
eventually
ultimately, you buy the
progress.
CNF design hackle plier, and then you don't have to buy anymore.
Exactly.
Exactly
That's exactly
it.
why people end up with multiple hackle pliers.
Like if you really want to save money, stop messing around and buy the CNF hackle pliers to begin with.
Yeah. There will not be another flash hackle on Sunday. It was yesterday. So
Some people.
That was a typo.
He missed a couple of pain meds, and
no,
he got his days mixed up.
I didn't miss the pain meds.
Actually, you did. You missed a lot of pain meds.
Oh yeah, that's
Truth
true.
be told.
Yeah. I
But he did kind of lose track of what day it was.
There's a story there. If we ever go fishing, any of us, you can ask me about it one of these times. There's some funny stories there. Let's see.
Well, we do have a question related to our dry fly fishing. What's the best line leader for dry dropper fishing on a Euro rod? Well, kind of depends on what type of dry dropper you're going to do. But if you're going to do, we've got a couple videos. If you check them out in the YouTube channel, one of them was we were fishing. What were we fishing that day? Bigger dry flies, chubbies, salmon flies, stoneflies, and then so you're using your typical Euro leader, so it's a thin, longer leader, and then you tie your tag. Your dry fly goes on the tag, so you could use a big hopper, and then on the point you'll tie your, tungsten 3.0 millimeter bead or whatever you want to.
I'm checking out because I wasn't on this trip and I refused to take part of this conversation.
That was epic, though.
Pobrecito. Yeah, I'm with you. Just whatever your confidence Euro leader is, a thicker diameter Euro leader will push it over easier, but it will have more sag, so it won't be able to fish as far away. Micro thin Euro leader will allow you to fish it farther away, but will be harder to cast a dry dropper into the wind or to have as much directional control. So kind of play that by ear based on what you're doing already.
Yep.
You could also use a regular fly line and a regular leader on a Euro rod,
which is epic.
and just use a 7.5 or 9 foot leader for that matter, and cast the dry dropper like you normally would, just with extra reach to high stick.
Yeah, and we have a video, 2 videos on that one where you were just fishing up on the Provo with Caddis. I think you're just using Caddis most of that time on the video.
On the skating Caddis video?
Yeah, was that the one? Yeah, I mean, it was mostly Caddis, right?
Yeah, all Caddis.
All Caddis.
Mhm.
And we did a video, we filmed it, but didn't, the camera crapped out on us, but we were fishing, Cheech was Euro nymphing up through a hole with one of our buddies, and I was coming through and noticed the Caddis were popping. I didn't have a Euro rod in hand, so I just used that same kind of technique, but with a 9'5" weight.
I would never do that.
It wasn't ideal.
Doesn't
but
work.
Holy moly!
Might as well just tenkara with the spinning rod, Curtis.
You don't need a reel.
Yeah. People are going off about the Sage Sonic. Just a couple questions.
The Sonic?
Yeah, just saying, have we tried it? I've cast one. I think it's a good rod for mid range.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Feels nice. Do you know what was the blank they based that on? Is there any speculation as to what?
Oh, I don't
Was
know
it
about
like the old
speculation. It's
one?
the Generation 5 technology, so it's similar stuff that the Z-Axis used. I don't know that it's the exact same blanks, but it's the same fiber.
Solid rod for the $500-600 range. Anyway, all right,
Very
let's
good.
move.
They are very
Let's
good.
move on past that. Now people are bashing the term Overlander. Well,
Oh,
guess what?
man.
Hashtag SEO. Got to call it something so it pulls up. But yeah, basically you drive someplace, you boil up some ramen noodles, and they taste really good because you're not at your house.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just sleep in a foreign area, whether it be in a tent under the stars watching The Office slobbering after you take Ambien, or you can take a camper.
Oh man.
Anyway, so yeah, sorry that we said the word Overlander.
Call it what you want. My
Yeah.
goodness.
I
Can't win
will.
online anymore.
I will write up whoever.
We need
Thought of
to
that.
we need to keep up with the terms from our standpoint. We gotta
Maybe
constantly
it's just
adjust.
camping in a trailer.
And we won't even open the can of worms of which truck we bought to put the camper on because fanboys abound. Anyway,
That is true, but you'll see it soon enough. We'll do a video series on that. That's a fun one.
someone says, "Can one of you explain to my wife why I keep sending you my money?" And secondly, can Cheech tell us about his new grill? New
Which
grill,
one?
Like in my teeth, dude. I had a midlife crisis, and it was all about grilling stuff. Anyway, we don't need to spend time on this, but I do have a new Traeger Timberline 1300 and a Nuke Santa Maria grill. That's
one's
insane.
Pretty fancy. If you're from Argentina, that's a brand you'll probably know.
Yeah,
How many years do midlife crisis usually last?
I don't know.
Depends on when you run out of
I
money.
plan on living till like 120, 135 or so. So
Really?
I think the
I might
real answer,
suggest some
though.
life changes.
Yeah. So no, I'm gonna do it.
130.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So you don't know my genetics, bro.
I actually do know a little bit about your genetics.
Yeah. Well, if you knew what one of my parents did to try it, no, never. No, but I think the answer to that is however long your wife will believe that it's your midlife crisis.
Perfect.
You can say it.
You just keep
You roll with it.
working that.
Yeah.
What if your wife is watching this podcast right now and you just outed yourself?
Do you know my wife?
She don't
Yes.
care.
She doesn't care. Yeah.
She might.
Anyway, but the funny thing is, I really had to pull a guy aside one time in the shop because he was dead serious. He had like a basket full of stuff, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to help me, tell my wife. What am I going to tell my wife to justify all this?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Oh yeah." And I just pulled him aside. Like, "Can I level with you real quick? Like, you don't need any of this stuff. Like, these are all wants, and you can just go tell your wife that you wanted to spend a little bit of money on happiness."
Yeah.
So
It's a give and take.
it didn't work though, because 2 weeks later his wife brought it all back. She was
Oh
pissed.
man.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
Harsh.
very high on my fly shop experiences. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, but
Well, you know what the old guys in the fly shop would say? Can't take your money with you.
that is
Exactly.
true. Buy some happiness while you can.
Yep,
Mental health relief.
absolutely. Let's see.
Well, do we want to answer some more questions, or shall we give some time to some fish stories?
Fish stories. Okay, I'm just going to ask the question. What is better? Keep them wet or land them quickly?
Yes.
Fight them fast. What is it? Land them quickly?
Land them as quickly as you can, gut them, and then grill them.
Yeah. Or maybe that you don't have to choose between the two, but Brigham wrote a bullet point up there that said fish handling online bullies. Has everybody seen these guys like the fish police where they'll see one picture with maybe a little bit of a fin out of the water, and the fish is obviously like dripping wet, and all they comment is like, keep them wet. Or, I really love what you guys do, but honestly, this is disheartening that you would hold a fish out of the water for a picture. But like,
How dare you? How dare you?
what's the answer? Like, and Lance had some good points about this, but I'll kind of give my input. Like, if you're just going on purely keep them wet, it's totally possible to keep a fish wet, but fight it so long that you build up enough lactic acid to kill it.
It dies.
Yeah, and it never even lifted head out of the water. So,
Yep.
anyway,
So in a nutshell, everybody chill out on the fish handling police
Yeah,
online.
it's been running rampant lately.
It's a little over the top. Like, you have to remember, I think things to remember are not everybody's in the same place in their fishing career, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
their fishing life.
And not every tailwater in the United States was warm this year.
Not every
Contrary
place is
to,
warm.
holy moly,
Dude,
everybody
I-
thinks,
yeah.
all these waters are warm. They're
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Some are, yeah, but
yeah, it's like they see a picture, and it's like, how do you know that I even caught this fish right now? Maybe I'm posting a
Right.
picture of
Yeah.
a fish I caught last year. But yeah, like I personally think like that there's some guys that will like go and they've just barely started fly fishing, and they went to like a banquet somewhere, and they had some guy like very adamantly tell them just never do this and never do that, and everything is so absolute. But at the end of the day, unless you're there fishing and unless you see exactly what happened, you're not
Yeah.
going to know exactly like what is the right or wrong way to do it. Number one, but number two, it's like we're out there literally torturing animals. That's what we're all
fishing
part of
is.
it. Like hunting, at least you kill the animal and they're out of their misery. The fish, like, they think they're going to die for a second, and they're surely going to die because they're in a net and they have human fingers all up in their grill, and then all of a sudden they're back in the stream and they're just like, holy crap.
What
I just
the-
got probed by aliens.
Yeah. So if you're going to anthropomorphize, did I say that right? If you're going to make fish into human feelings, then yeah, you just need to stop putting hooks in their
Don't
faces.
fish. Yeah,
don't fish. Yeah, if it's that big a deal, which is
And-
cool, don't fish.
And then if it bothers you that everybody else does it, I have an idea. Get off social media and don't follow people that fish.
That's right. Go,
Yeah.
go live disconnected.
Maybe look a little inward, and if all of your online interaction is negative,
Yeah.
maybe take a step back and just
Yeah.
realize that there are lots of cool things online that you can focus on, lots of positives. If all you're doing is calling people out left and right, it makes for an unhappy life.
Yeah, and even if you do feel really, really strongly about it, like there are better ways to educate people, but like human nature is that if someone comes at you at like 100 miles an hour and just shoves something in your face, you're probably going to want to just push back. You know, you're not just going to say, "Oh, you're
are
yelling
correct."
at me," then I will do what you say. Absolutely.
Absolutely, you must be right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's maybe a little controversial, but I started a hashtag that's hashtag defund the fish handling police. So feel free to use that one if you'd like. I've
Yeah.
been using it a little bit. Remember that the people stock fish from airplanes. Remember, we're all, like we said, we're sticking them with hooks. Just chill out a little bit online. Some people like to have a hero shot. It's going to be okay. We
Yeah.
were talking about earlier today. Our local tailwater up the road here has 3,500 trout per mile. With all the anglers hitting it, it's really close to hundreds of thousands of people. So it gets plenty of pressure. Guides, recreational anglers, et cetera, et cetera. There are thousands of fish probably that get caught every day, and they're not all dying. Like, they don't stock it at all. It's all wild. Hasn't been stocked since the 70s. And somehow, magically, even though the fish handling police are out in force,
I don't know
all the
how
f-
those fish
all the
even
fish
do it.
survive.
Yeah.
Sure, the odd one dies.
You know, I was
Going to happen.
looking at YouTube one time because someone was, you know, there are also the guys that say you do not hold a fish one-handed because you'll smash all their organs and they just die. Well, there's a video of the, I think the Michigan DNR or something, and they're talking about trout, you know, how they strip eggs and silt for the hatcheries, and they have these fish, and the guy's like, yeah, we've had this fish for like 4 or 5 years, And so he's got this fish. He's just grabbing it by the tail. And obviously that's not what you want to do because, it's going to be bad for the fish. But then he grabs the belly and he's just absolutely squishing that. Whoa.
That was a sound effect.
Yeah, that was
pretty good.
That's like America's Got Talent sound
Holy
effect.
cow.
Now. But anyway, he's really squishing the stomachs of these fish, and he's just getting all this, all the goods out of there, and then he puts the fish back in the water, and it continues to live, but you would think that, holding a fish by one hand is way less intrusive than the whole stripping of eggs and silt, but that fish somehow lives. Maybe they have bionic fish there.
Stunning.
I oftentimes catch fish. Well, I do two things that are very controversial, I'm told. One is I hook small fish. I strip down a couple times, pop them up in the air from like
It's magic.
10
Watch
feet
our
away
videos.
and
It's
catch
on
them
there.
in the net, and people go absolutely bonkers. I get all kinds of
You need to be
hate
more
messages.
respectful
I have
for
to
those.
respect the fish, and I do. I don't think if you knew me, you'd know that nobody really respects fish anymore.
If you want to talk physics, it's less force on a fish when he's in the air than having water pulled against him
And
with the
on
hook
water.
in his mouth.
But he's not wet. He's not
Well,
wet. He
true.
dries out the second that
that's
he comes
true.
out
Yeah.
of the water.
Just eat it then.
and his skin is basically leather.
Remind those fish that are stalked from hundreds of feet up into a high alpine lake from an airplane that they won't survive when they hit the water. Anyway, that's one that I do. And the other one I do is I hook fish, land them, put them in the net. I take the hook out without ever touching the fish, mind you. They stay in the net, and then I just flip them back out of my net.
How dare you?
They go about this high out of the water, and I get all kinds of negative messages. You're killing all those fish, and I'm not. I'm not killing them.
Here's the beautiful thing of all this.
Fish
if
jump.
you're a spiteful person, you can go onto their Facebook profiles and you
Always.
can find like
Always.
fingers through the gills, and they're still up, and it's like, okay, well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Keep in mind, fish jump out of the water on their own accord. It's amazing.
Oh, they're
I don't know how they
suicidal.
survive that.
They don't
It's a
survive.
death sentence, literally.
Anyway, we wouldn't encourage anybody to mishandle fish purposely. That's not our point. Our point is online, the bullying, let's call it, the online fish handling police. Just everybody chill out a little bit. Like, remember that everybody's at different places. Everybody is just trying to have a little fun, recreate. Let's just focus on some positives.
Yeah, I mean,
Amen.
And
Ditto.
And if you do freak out on everybody, you better damn well practice what you preach.
Yeah, you better be pretty perfect.
So, here's a funny one. Is it true that the Oregon is proposing a law to not harm any animal, including trapping rats? Well, actually, I just follow the laws here in America, not Oregon. So they're
Who knows? We're not in Oregon.
they're out there, man. Who knows? No offense to any of you Oregonians, but yeah,
I have
it's
heard
weird.
some weird laws being proposed like that, which is nuts.
Yeah. I just hope they give all those animals voting rights because they deserve it.
Because why not?
Why are we better living creatures than a rat?
Let the fish vote for their own destiny.
Yeah. I know Brig would say something about that. He's about as big as a rat, little tiny guy. Anyway.
Brig, he's just a little man bun wearing hood rat.
Yeah. Someone said it just boils down to snobbery. I think to a certain degree it is. I think it's just lack of education, though. Like, a lot of times people, they went fishing twice with a guide that had very specific rules, and so they think that now they have to project that out. So I don't know if it's necessarily snobbery that causes this. It's more, lack of education, lack of fishing experience.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Wanting to one-up people and know more online.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're definitely not saying that you shouldn't keep fish wet. Okay.
No, you should take every precaution to treat them well. But the thing that people misunderstand, I think, or that they, like I had to point out to one person that their logic is flawed as far as correcting, flipping a fish out of the net. They think it's better to handle the fish and take the hook out and then hold it in the current until it wants to swim away. Where if you're fighting it really fast, you take the hook out that are touching it and flipping it back in the water. That's better for it than cradling it with your hand. Again, I hold some of them too. I'm not saying I do that to all of them, but
Yeah.
it's just a matter of chilling out and, take every precaution with every fish you can, and then send them on their merry way. Make sure that they're healthy and safe, and we've beat this horse and it's dead twice.
Yeah.
Here's a good case in point. Ruben says, I caught a nice female brown trout and released it quickly. 2 days later, found it dead. Okay, well,
You may not have.
there could be a billion, million, trillion, gazillion, like more money than Biden spends reason for this, but we weren't there. So it could have been that maybe someone caught it right before you and they stepped on its head before they released it, and that's why it ate the fly that you presented to it. Or it could be that the water temperature was too hot. It could be that you squeezed it when you let it go. It could be that it was going to die anyway.
Brained it.
Yeah.
It could be that it wasn't even the same fish.
It could be that it was playing dead so that it wouldn't,
That's what they teach you to do when you get around a bear.
Quick,
Anyway.
human, turn over.
Anyway.
He won't catch us if we play dead.
So, ignorance is bliss. Nah.
It's going to happen. You're going to have
No.
some hook mortality, no matter what you do. Like, it doesn't
Yep.
matter if you fight them fast. There's going to be something crazy that happens. We've all had it happen where a fish gets all tangled up in your line, or you hook one way too deep, or if you're fishing, those are casualties. That's going to happen. If you don't like that, that's okay. Don't fish. It's
Yeah.
And then if you can figure out what caused that to happen, then maybe don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So
Steer clear of that.
here's a guy, Larry Tolis just commented. If you don't know Larry, he's a published author. He's probably fished more than most
Anybody-
people out there.
All combined.
And his comment's great. It says, the Provo River is a good case study for catch and release. Many individual fish are caught and released 100+ times a year. Yes, a few die to poor handling technique, but most are fine. So, I don't know. It's hard to paint this whole picture with such a broad brush with so many different variables in there. So, thanks for commenting on that, Larry. I will make sure that Curtis gives you a free bag of ice dub the next time you come in the shop.
Oh, I haven't seen Larry for a bit.
Yeah,
Come on visit, Larry. Actually, it's probably because I'm upstairs.
yeah. We don't let him come down. Let's see. Someone says, "Don't let the haters pull you down." Listen, we don't.
We're
we
just
don't,
trying to make everybody chill out a little bit.
These are more than anything talking points. Number
Talking
one.
points.
Yeah, it's
And-
entertainment.
Yeah, and as much as we like to try to inform people, it's more an entertaining way to spend an hour with the people.
Yep.
And honestly, we do it for you, you people commuting and just
Yeah.
binge the.
You got to have
podcast.
fish talk. It doesn't matter what the craziness is, but
Yeah.
let's change the subject.
I like it.
No,
Oh, get happy outdoors. Hey,
get happy.
we know your videos.
Yep, we've seen them.
We've
Solid
been
work.
there.
Get happy.
Nets, deep, shallow,
No
net. No net is not an option.
Gotta have a net, bruh. Especially if you're hooking like 8-pound tiger trout and you want to net them quickly.
It's
So,
tough to. I mean, again, we try to minimize our impact on the fish as much as we can, but nets just allow us to get a handle on them quicker, keep them wet if you want to keep them wet, a little easier, and turn them loose again. That's the one thing in Lance's little EDC video that we did the other day, the catch and release from Lamson, or
Waterworks.
Waterworks.
Mhm.
Those are cool little tools, and they're a little tricky to get the hang of. Maybe we need to do a tutorial on it sometime, but
I have one on my YouTube channel with like all 3 videos that are on there.
oh, nice.
What is your YouTube channel, Lance?
I think it's just, I don't even
He
know.
ch-
I
you changed it, though.
I think it's just Lance Egan Fly Fishing.
Lance Egan
It's
Fly
terrible.
Fishing.
It's just like a GoPro thing, but we should do another one that's put together a little better.
Yeah, those catch and release tools are pretty sweet. They, if you've ever watched the videos where Lance does is catch the fish in the air and release, he's not even touching the fish, and the hooks pop right out, and you're super, like, if you're talking about minimizing handling and
Yeah.
the stress,
Doing it
it's a
fast.
great way to do it.
well,
Key
that's
is keeping
debatable.
tension
I've
on
been
the
told
top.
that I do it wrong
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure you do, but
all the time.
but anyway, nets are nice. We typically fish bigger nets with longer handles when we're on our boats, which tends to mean they're little deeper net baskets. So
But still, I mean, you don't want it to be so deep that you have to reach your whole arm in. I mean,
No.
most of, like, say, the fish pond brand nets are all doable. I mean,
Yeah.
This topic is like all of them. It's too general to say a net is always better, but
right.
Yeah, that's true.
but a net is usually better for
Yeah.
mostly the reason I think Curtis brought up, which is you can land a fish quicker. You don't have to fight it to exhaustion to bring it into you. You can get them to a net while they still have quite a bit of fight left in them.
That is the biggest point,
That's
I
the
think.
biggest point. And then
Absolutely.
the other things to consider would be the net material. Most fly fishing nets these days are rubber completely, rubber bag, or they're neoprene or rubber dipped. So either one of those is really easy on the fish. So then it's just a matter of being able to keep, like you're saying, a net that's super deep that the fish gets all tangled up in is not
Yeah,
helping
that's
the
bad
fish.
news.
But keeping a net that's got a bag that's fish friendly and being able to get flies out of the fish quickly, get the fish back in the water, those are going to help. And if you have a net that allows you to do those things,
Yeah.
then the net's helping.
My favorite setup for and this is what I accidentally kind of came across it on our float tubes or pontoon boats is got a long-handled net that I tether with the net retractor from Gearkeeper, and so it tethers the handle on my left. I think I have this on one of our videos, and then the net sits on the side of the pontoon boat or the float tube, and then the net basket part just hooks onto the
End
either
of the pontoon.
yeah, end of the pontoon or the oarlock. And so when I catch a fish, I simply grab the net, and I don't even have to hardly move it that much. Pull the fish in because it's got the net retractor on. I don't even have to touch the net. The net will stay there. The fish moves right into the net, and then it will keep it out of the water, the net out of the water enough that I can then release it, and you don't even hardly have to touch them that much, and don't have to deal with the net. So in that case, the net is more of just kind of the corral point, and you just keep it at your side, and it's super convenient. Anyway,
It's called the Supernet 4000 by Curtis Dean Fry, and
Yep.
it's available
super
for
awesome.
$39.99. Is that we'll say the prices?
I don't even know.
I don't know how much those retractors are.
The the net retractors are $24.95, I believe. Everybody's got to have one of those. Those things are indispensable. Lance, how old's yours?
I have one that's over 20 years.
And it's a retractor. If you've ever used retractors or any of those types of things, and you haven't tried a Gearkeeper, game changer.
Not the same.
No.
The magnet's kind of a pain in the butt because if you use a magnet to attach your net, which I did for a lot of years, it's fine to grab it and pull it out, but then trying to find that net or the magnet behind your back is kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, we have a video on the net retractor too, if you're curious on what we're talking about here. Anywho's,
What else?
we got
Summer recap?
summer. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about some of the trips we've done. We've done some videos on them. We did a high mountain brookie trip. It was fun. We hiked the boats in a little bit. What else? We did a lot of dry fly fishing.
I did a cool South Fork float with old Dr. Timothy von Mickelstein.
Yeah.
It's always good when you're going up to the boat ramp and someone says, we were here yesterday and drakes and salmon flies are coming off at the same time. You're like, yep, sign me up for that.
Gonna be good.
So we ended up Euro nymphing.
Of course.
No, we really did for part of the day, and it was pretty awesome.
What's some questions we have? Have we fished Iceland or Greenland? No, we have not.
I know lots of people that have. There's lots of information online about it.
Yep.
I think that would be a fun one. How do you fish midges, emerger midge, or dry fly midge? When to use them in tailwaters? Like,
Every day, all day, if you want.
I like it. I mean, tailwater or freestone, whatever. If there's a midge in the water, it doesn't matter, where you're. I think a lot of people put too much value on that word tailwater. Those fish really maybe aren't much smarter than the rest of the fish, but that's one of those questions that maybe a little bit too broad. So what I always tell people is just put the fly exactly where the fish are feeding. Look, and if it's a fly that works, the fish will eat it, and make sure you use the best presentation possible to get the fish to eat it.
You left out one part of your normal advice. Look for the dumb fish.
Look for the dumb fish. All these flies are guaranteed as long as you find fish dumb enough to eat them. They're returnable. This is yours, Lance. They're returnable as long as you don't expose them to water or air.
Sunlight or water.
Sunlight or water.
Oh, yeah.
Voids the guarantee.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
guaranteed to catch more and larger fish than you ever experienced before. Just don't expose them to sunlight or water. That voids the guarantee.
We haven't had anybody bring them back yet, so.
Dude, I had a guy come in
Guarantee's always
today.
voided.
He was a mouth open squinter like this. Where are your leaders? And I'm like, I'm a leader. I'm think I'm a pretty good leader. It's like, hardy, har, har. And he walked right past me. It was awesome.
Found the leaders on his own.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's what I would have done too.
So I think he bought like 13-foot 8X. It's fish hoppers. So good for you.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
We, here's a good question. When are we going back to Argentina? Wouldn't we like to know?
Yeah, we'd love to know.
Argentina is still closed. It's probably one of the more
It's a difficult place to get to right now.
down countries with the pandemic. I check every day. They can actually just relatively recently, citizens could go back to the country. But for a while, they were like locked out of their own country.
Yeah, but you had to like win the lottery to even go back.
Yeah, they were only letting 600 or 1,000 in a day. Anyway, we have our radar set for going back when we can, which we don't know when. Ideally, January,
February.
We've got a couple of different location options in northern Patagonia that we'd like to try out, stuff that hasn't been fished much.
Plus, we need to do that Dorado trip.
And then, the Dorado stuff, which now is a good time. They're springtime, and we would love to go back. So as soon as it opens and we can go, we're there.
So the important answer to that question is stay tuned. 'cause
Stay tuned. Watch.
As soon as we know we can go, we'll be putting trips together with,
we've
groups to go.
We do. We'll probably do 2 groups. I'm thinking we've already got one group 100% put together. If you are interested, just send us a message.
Yeah.
Or an email. They're super fun. We it's I mean, all around it's some awesome stuff. The fishing's great. The eating's great. People are great. If you've never been to Argentina, it's an awesome place to visit all around, from the city all the way out to the countryside in Patagonia.
Hoppers in December.
Yeah, hoppers and dragonflies. We
Oh,
fish
dude.
one of the couple of different lakes. You can go there. Big dragonfly hatches in December and January, and crystal clear water, fresh out of the Andes Mountains.
Looks like you're fishing in Jurassic Park and there's monster
It's
brook
just-
trout.
It's nuts. Yeah, if you haven't
great.
checked out our Argentina videos we did last couple of years, give them a look. It's a lot of fun. So
Sounds like fun. And the dad joke alert is that I think most people I see on the river would like to go there because if they can catch them dragonflies, they're going to get them.
Jeez, goodness gracious.
Dad joke.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Yeah, real good.
Here's a good question about streamer fishing, about articulated versus non-articulated streamers, rivers versus still waters.
How are we going to answer it? All we know how to do is Euro nymph.
Oh, yeah. Well, sorry. If we can't do it on a spinning rod or tincorna, we ain't going to do it. No, that's a good one. Like, I think for a while the trend was, get bigger and bigger because bigger flies catch bigger fish. But, as I've fished more with more people, and especially old Lancer over here, I've kind of dialed down my streamers. They're easier to cast. They're easier for the fish to eat. Quicker to tie. I don't know. I love fishing articulated streamers. But, if you throw a normal size fly like a non-articulated streamer, you're going to catch the big fish and the medium-sized fish without freaking hooking them in the side of the face.
the brain, yeah.
But I always kind of go back to like I see a lot of articulated streamers that are tied like size 8s. And in my opinion, like if you have 2 small hooks that are that close together, they're going to fight against each other when you go to set the hook. So you might as well just tie that one non-articulated. But if you're going to, fish for great big predators, where if they take a swipe at your fly and their mouth is only big enough to get on half of the fly at a time, you could go articulated. But I don't know. I mean, I've caught a lot of medium-sized fish on great big flies, and I've caught a lot of big fish on small flies.
Yep. What I want to know is why I always get fish short striking the very tips of my streamer tails.
Oh, dude. Is that a question, or is that just you being a smart aleck?
I was being a smart aleck.
That's also another misconception. Do you have any thoughts
Long tail
on
flies.
articulated versus
Do trout just sneak up behind him and nip at the tail?
yeah.
They could
You know what?
if
I'm
they're
not gonna.
small.
I'm not gonna go all in on this bug that I'm gonna eat here. I'm just gonna nip the very end of it.
Yeah, it's almost like people think that the fish know that, oh, hey guys, watch this. There's a hook right there, and I'm only going to eat half of this.
Let's show that guy.
And poke your head up there and watch them lose it.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, certainly the current trend is still to throw really large streamers, and that's really fun to do. And I think you can selectively, you can kind of take out numbers of fish, if you will, and only get a few fish that are capable of eating a really, really large streamer.
Yep.
So you kind of have to, I tease a lot in the shop that you have to decide whether you're going to throw a streamer this big and count how many fish you moved, or fish a streamer this big and count how many fish you catch. It's a mentality thing. Are you looking to catch one really large fish, or two or three maybe, depending on the density of the large fish in your river? Or are you trying to catch lots of fish in the process? I know I spent a day this winter on the Green River and snowing sideways most of the day, and I fished a team of 2 streamers that were both pretty small. I think the big one was maybe a 4 and the smaller one was like a 8. And the other people in the boat, we had 2 boats, the other person in my boat and the other person in the other boat, usually fished streamers that were 4 to 6 inches long most of the day. And I definitely caught a lot more fish than they did by like a lot. I don't know how many, but probably to the tune of like 30 plus fish a day to like 2. And I also caught the largest fish. So I think
That doesn't sound right.
Well, I think there.
This is why people are jealous of you and they criticize your...
Wait. You're nymphing, right?
Yeah.
I was not even nymphing. I was stripping streamers. So,
Yeah.
and I don't mean to say that like I'm bragging about it. More so.
Too late.
Too late. I think it had more to do with just if you go through a lot of fish, you're going to find a bunch of average fish and a couple of outliers, a couple that are smaller, a couple that are bigger. The people casting the larger streamers didn't catch any small fish. They caught 17, 18 plus inch fish.
Yeah,
But
that's a
I
good
also
point.
caught
That's
lots
not
of
very
those
big.
and some larger. In this river, that's kind of the average, right? So
No, that's a great point, though.
I was joking.
I know, but you can decide though. Everybody gets to decide for themselves whether they want to fish for that one giant. Are you fishing for a 25 to 30 inch fish, or are you trying to catch numbers of fish with the option to maybe
I want
still
both.
catch? I would like both too, but you kind of have to choose one or the other most of the time. As far as articulated flies go, I think, to be honest, I think most people are really bad at casting. And casting a large streamer, if you can cast the smaller streamer a lot better, a lot more accurate, and cover more water with it, I think that's going to be a lot more effective than throwing a giant monstrosity
Yeah.
that you can only cast 25 feet and don't have any control over. It's streamer fishing, whether you're wade fishing or from a boat, is much like you're covering more water, but it's still, for me especially, when I'm fishing from a boat, pounding banks is critical, and making it so your fly lands 5 feet from the bank means that you miss most of your fish, because most of the fish come in that first 5 feet from the
Yeah.
bank. So if you can consistently cast flies right to the bank, inches from the bank, and strip them off, you're going to catch a lot more fish. So my point is, if you can control a smaller streamer rather than throwing the big one, you're likely to catch more fish that way. Again, these are these generalizations that you can't just say big streamers catch all the big fish,
Right.
and small streamers only catch small ones. That's not true. You could try and only catch larger fish with a giant streamer. You're just going to cut down on your numbers. But overall, I would argue, in my experience anyway, you're going to catch the most fish by downsizing a little. You also have to take into consideration what those fish are eating. Are they eating tons of crayfish that are small? Are they eating tons of shad that are this big? Are they eating tons of whitefish that are this big? Are they eating other trout that are 4 or 5 inches? Are they eating leeches? What is it they're eating? And try and imitate that.
Yeah.
I got a TFO that casts just like a sage, and I only paid $200 for it. And you don't need them fancy rods to cast very far at all.
No, you don't. Most of the casting is from the angler for sure. But
Before we go any further with this, there was a very important question. It says, what is it about Utah that produces such bad drivers? Well, there is one thing in common with all the bad drivers in Utah. They all have Idaho plates.
they're all driving the Idaho plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll move on with streamers. This guy says, when fishing tandem streamers, you always want the first streamer smaller than the second. Do y'all have success fishing two streamers at the same size?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing, is there are no absolutes. So like there's nothing that you should always do. You should always be changing it up. You should always be, trying to do something a little different so that maybe you dial it in,
It will cast easier if you usually put the larger streamer closer to the fly line. It casts easier that way.
Right. And I prefer to put the big one so it looks like it's chasing the small one, because that will entice them.
I've heard that before, that that the fish, it doesn't look natural to the fish if you have the big one first and the little one
Yes.
chasing it. Keep in mind that fish don't reason.
Wait a minute.
I know, crazy hot take, but
that woolly bugger
Does
is
not have
chasing a
eyes.
zebra midge.
you might be out overthinking the process if you're worried about whether the small leech is chasing the big minnow in front of it. I think most of the time for me, I would prefer fishing the large fly on top, because it's if I'm fishing two streamers, which I do a lot, the larger fly is on top, or the brighter fly is on top, because it's drawing attention,
Pop gear.
and then the smaller one is sealing the deal more often. Ideally, you have two flies that are both working, but you could flip that around to your heart's delight. I don't think that it's going to really make that big of a difference, but it can make a small difference.
Yeah, I agree. Here's a good question. What new fly tying videos we have coming out? We've got probably
do we have?
5 or 6 filmed and ready to roll. A couple of nymphing videos. I've got a really cool Pyramid Lake chironomid video that's we'll probably get out here before the Pyramid Lake season kicks in.
Hey, this just in. We appreciate the people who were complaining on our Facebook page on the price of Cree hackle, because it got the word out and it's no longer available. Sorry, guys. Anyway, go ahead, Curtis. I digress.
No, that's a good point on the Cree. And then we've
You
got.
don't need Cree to catch fish.
But you like it.
You don't need Cree. All right, guys, go and buy that.
Maybe
Cree.
we need to start ASMR videos.
With my
Look at the Cree.
Do you know what? I think those people like eat a Snickers bar.
They do
Look,
something.
Then they go,
I know.
holy crap. I'm like, I don't need to be hearing that.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, we.
Oh, a horse just came in from the pasture, folks.
Tarpon toad tying video. We did one, didn't we, a while back? Did
What's
you do
that?
a tarpon toad?
I don't think so. Just
I-
did the sculpin toad.
We did that style, but I think we did it on a merkin pattern.
Oh, maybe that was.
Maybe we'll
yeah.
do a tarpon toad.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Those are.
Sometimes it's hard for us to say,
Popular enough.
because we do have some videos filmed, that fly tying videos, that we can't get materials for.
Yeah, so we have to park probably 3/4 of our videos for an extended amount of time, because as we've learned, when we release a video, and even though we try to have as much material as possible, inevitably we'll have some that don't. People lose their minds.
And keep in mind, we're buying like whatever company we're buying that stuff
We
from.
buy
we're-
them all.
We're buying like 4 years worth of their normal stock to be able to launch a video.
If not, we get lots of complaints about running out of it, which we still are going to run out of some things. no
Yeah,
matter what,
it's
but
just tough. There's some where the demand will outstrip the supply in a day.
And others, the demand does not meet what we thought it would.
Yeah, exactly. It works both ways.
It's a crapshoot.
So we just
then we
say-
just we invent another fly that uses that same
Yep.
material.
That's
So-
the plan. But yeah, we've got a lot of them up on the waiting list. Filmed, actually loaded on YouTube. You just can't see them yet. So,
Now someone's
there you
gonna try
go.
and hack in.
Oh boy.
We had to prepare because someone was about to be out of the saddle for 6 months, but
Yeah, well,
some
Now
miracle
we're back in it.
miracle
As
medicine
we
got
just
me.
learned, that horse came back.
I'm just gonna say, for those people who have like a subwoofer in their truck.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Stop. He,
I think
believe
we
it or
just-
not, folks, he is not on pain meds.
I just think we lost a
Maybe
bunch
he
of
should
subscribers.
Be. He should be for sure.
Dude, I'm gonna listen to that on the way home.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. All right, we got to move on.
Oh, it's almost quitting time.
No, it's not. We had
Can't
like
be.
11 minutes of F up time. Holy crap, we gotta fill
By
that.
that he means fun up.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
Someone said, I expected Lance Egan to be way better looking the way his patterns fish.
Me too, to be honest. I was shortchanged on the looks category, but
So Lance is a handsome man. I've been suggesting hairstyles for him, but he won't go for it. But you know, the
well,
mullet.
if I had
the
any
mullet
hair, I
has
could worry
been-
about styling it.
Look at this though.
Yeah, I definitely am not interested in doing that. I did that once when I was like in 5th grade.
Oh, dude, do you have any pictures?
I actually do.
Oh man, we need that.
I had a mullet that was permed in the back. That's legit.
I did too.
Yeah,
I'll
it
be
was-
honest.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
sometimes when you're getting pretty old, that was the in thing.
Yeah,
At least
You
that's
would-
what I tell myself when I cry.
I did get a perm in the mullet
Oh
area
yeah,
a
I
couple
definitely
times.
had that.
All I'm saying is I wish that I could just have straight hair for like just give me a year of straight hair. I've had this nasty curly crap forever and it sucks.
I think having a full head of hair is really overrated.
It is.
I'm obviously biased, but
Okay.
whoa,
Hat's coming
there was
off.
the base.
Look at that bad boy.
Yeah, that is overrated
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, you know how much savings I have? I don't have to buy mane and tail every week.
Dude, the mane and tail's worth it. Actually, that hey guys, if mane and tail is watching, that's another pro staff affiliation that I
Not
would
for
go
his horse.
No, it's for my dog. She
You and
she-
your dog have the same hair.
We do. Yeah, she's really mad at me right now too. So
Could we get Bridge on the podcast?
Brigham,
Oh, Brig.
dude, we had enough of Brigham already.
He was on the podcast
He
just a
was.
minute ago.
Maybe we need to bring him in like young Jamie and have him sit
I
over in the
think
corner.
Maybe he could be mic'd up and we just make him stay. He got in a lot later than we did, and he left already. How does that
Yeah,
work?
Brigham, if you're watching this,
Brig.
you are put on notice for now. Oh man. Let's see. What other stuff? What do you guys want to talk about? We got like, I don't know, 7 more minutes of how long? This used to have a timer on it.
Did it?
What? How long have we been streaming?
Oh, we've been streaming for
The first time or the second time? The third time.
well,
we
my computer where I started it is 1 hour 11 minutes right
1 hour
now.
11 minutes. So we're an hour in.
Yeah.
So
I think we're still probably. I think we have 7 to 10 minutes to do an official hour without problems with
Okay.
the audio.
Yeah.
So you guys, we need you to give us a thumbs up. We know 2 people gave us a thumbs down, and guess what? YouTube
It helps. YouTube likes the
counts
thumbs up
that
as good as the downs.
as an engagement. So the way that you could really get at us is just not give us the time of day. But we appreciate you guys who have. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. That's critical. And also make sure that all your friends subscribe or stop talking to them. And so anyway, what else? I think watching Curtis wrap lead in his tying video is painful. Just saying.
Ouch.
Listen, Manuel Diaz,
Manuel.
I'm putting you on note. I'm putting you on the news. How many YouTube videos do you have? Let's see. 0. I'm clicking your profile right now. Well, guess what? I can't even click it because it's not worth seeing. Anyway, just kidding, Manuel. That's how we say
I
it.
maybe struggled with lead and I don't do it again. I don't know.
How dare you?
I apologize, guys.
Listen, here's the thing, Curtis. If anything ever goes wrong in your videos, just drop an F-bomb or the
Bleep it out
at least a
and
word,
go on.
The
and then
fun
beep
bomb.
it out, and they laugh at that, and then they forget about everything else. Anyway, so
Yeah.
all right. Well, I'm
Nobody
going to look
ties
for a
perfect.
verticoli brush, as Aaron Latera said, and
I like
My
vertically brushed.
life dream is to eat at Primanti's with Aaron Latera.
oh, dude, yeah. If you go check out Aaron's Facebook page just for the sandwiches.
I've never been there.
You've never been there?
No.
Neither have I.
and it looks good.
Aaron,
You've never been there? Me
no,
either.
but it's pretty. It looks amazing.
hit
Where
us
is
up.
it?
Is there if there's any good fishing in your
It's
area, we'll come visit.
I think it's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, I
I'll
think
be-
somewhere
It's
around
a
there.
jam and sandwich place.
Lance,
It's pretty famous.
You're gonna make like fat guy judgments the second you see how much meat's on those sandwiches, and how. Yeah. Anyway, we won't.
I won't do that. I'll just eat
No,
it.
never. All right, so tune in next time. Next time,
We're going to be way better next time. I promise next time that I will take more time to set up our podcast in
Audio.
advance.
Hey, it doesn't matter that the setup. I think people just need this more than once every 4 months.
That's true. We'll be a lot better now that we're heading into fall and winter. Promise.
Because to be honest with you guys, we literally did not prepare for this one single little bit.
No.
And so if you like
just-
this style of just kind of open air podcast and maybe a topic here and there,
Yep.
Yeah, like they can't tell.
we can, yeah, we can
Hey,
do
guess
it.
what? We weren't prepared.
Hey,
What?
You know what? Maybe if this will make you feel bad for us, just our audio sucks. We're learning. We're not very good at this. We appreciate the support. If you don't like this, subscribe anyway. If you do, please subscribe.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
We like the support.
Jerry, he says, when is next time? The next
Well-
time we decide to do it, that's when it will be.
It's
so
not more than 5 months. I will guarantee that.
let's hit him with another one tomorrow.
Dude, what if we did it tomorrow?
What if we did it tomorrow?
What if we did another podcast tomorrow? Wouldn't that just blow your mind?
Keywords, what if?
What
Probably
if?
not going to happen.
Probably
All
not
right.
happening tomorrow. Maybe next week. Maybe 2 weeks.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we appreciate y'all for I said y'all.
Yeah, come visit us in the shop. Put your flag hometown pin on our map.
And if you drive
Um,
down from Idaho, please stay in the right lane if you're going the speed limit.
Or
saying.
just drive the speed of traffic, and you can go in any lane you like.
Exactly.
And for those that are listening and are unaware of where the shop is, we still get people almost every week.
True.
Didn't know.
Oh,
that
didn't know
we're-
you were
we're in
2 weeks
Orem,
or
Utah.
two blocks
So
away.
If you just live around the corner, please stop in.
Yeah, if you're anywhere in Utah, come on in. It's right off the freeway.
We're like
Somebody
2
was
minutes
saying-
off I-15,
Somebody was saying we need to expand to Ogden or something like that.
the land of Og.
Get another
Yeah.
fly shop up there.
Well, guess what? We're opening up 50 locations across the country. Not.
I think there's actually like 50 million
Oh,
across
man.
the country
I
because
can't
they're in
even-
everybody's interwebs.
We had a guy drive from Denver for his birthday just
Yeah,
to come to the
One
shop.
day they're here and back
and
for his birthday.
So yeah, Ogden.
That's crazy.
I know that the traffic sucks up there and it's bad, but listen, it could be worse. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Come visit.
We'll dial in the podcast next time, I promise.
We'll try to make Cheech not so abrasive. He won't call you a tough guy. He actually might, but oh my gosh, shut it off.
Okay.
Signing off in
Signing
3,
off.
2, 1.
goodbye.